What? Are you gonna help? You gonna help? Alright, good morning everybody. Sorry, let me grab the light. This is the one light y'all can't get in the chat. Wish that light was better. I need more light. I keep saying that. But anyway, good morning folks. Happy Saturday. Hope everybody's doing alright. No, this is not an OnlyFans, young lady. No, this is YouTube, not OnlyFans. Nope. So, anyway, good morning, folks. Cornelia says good morning to everybody. And I want to say good morning to Rune. Thank you for getting the lights this morning, except for the one light above the camera. HKS, Jeff, good morning. Thank you for all your help this week. Got a story to tell about Safe I talked to you about. Let's see, who else? Legless, Lockpicker, good afternoon to you, sir. Dana Reed, good morning. Torch of KCK, good morning. Nate Godden, good morning. Miko Wolf, good morning. Glad to hear that everything's going good with your situation, your sister's situation, so glad to hear everybody's okay. Firefighter 1241, good morning. James Randolph, good morning. Jay Locks, New York, good morning to you, sir. All right, yes, I see you. Yes, I do. Yes, we're gonna look at the babies because everybody wants to see the babies, you know. But I might make them wait till the end of the video. Anyway, folks, good morning. I don't like this camera angle. Up just a bit, and that light on. Okay. Cornelia, yes, you're a good girl. You're a good girl. Yes, you are. Let's see, who else do we have here? Kurt O. Lock and Key signing in. Good morning to you. So, folks, I've had a busy week. Again, the boss and his wife are out of town, so that puts us down 2 people. Really, when you think about it, we would normally have 2.5 people on the road. Boss being the half, because he has a business to run, has to be in the office quite a bit. So now it's just 2 of us, and we've been swapping off, taking calls, being in the shop, because we do have a storefront. We are open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. And that can get busy. My day in the shop was Wednesday? Either Wednesday or Thursday, I think. Anyway, and then I've got another day in the shop coming up here soon. But it's just been busy and kind of hectic and figuring stuff out, because when you have people who normally do stuff and they're gone, then we have to pick up and do it. So, but we've gotten through the jobs, we've done them, customers are happy, and we're making money. So that's the good thing. We are going to look at the tool bag that stays in my work truck. This is the work tool bag. None of these tools belong to me, so this will be video accountability of what is in here and what goes back in here. And I'm really hoping that Lowell will sign in soon, because he's getting ready to start work as a locksmith, and just kind of wanted to give him an idea of what all I carry, and give you guys as well an idea of what I carry at work. We've looked at my personal tool bag before, but this one's a little bit different. Well, that wasn't nice to flip me in the face. Excuse you. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna look at the stuff in here. Kind of give everybody an idea of why this bag is a little bit different from the one that I have personally, and yeah, answer any questions. So let's see, let's look here. We got more people signing in. Yeah. cliffhanger, good idea. Stay tuned. Yes, stay tuned for the babies. All right, Cornelia, your part's going to be later. Okay. Okay. Here. Yes, I believe that's your drone in the shop. Mm-hmm. Here you go. Let's see here. Pocket Women, Ronald. Good morning. Yes, Cornelia. Yes. Let's see. Who else do we have here? New House, Lock and Key. Good morning. Let's see, sounds like. Tell me how to work this week. Yeah, pretty much. Hey, has anyone got a Yale Y1 leashy? Seller info. I think there are knockoffs out there just looking for one. Okay? Yeah, if anybody has a Y1 leashy or has heard about it, then let Jeff from HKS know about it. Let's see. Yeah, she is a tail talker for sure. And she is a lover. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Alpha Centauri, Guten Tag. I1 6-pin, left and right-handed if available. Cool. Lockout toolbag, crowbar, angle grinder. Not quite so much, Rune. We're going to go over everything that's in here. When I first started working, for this company and working for my boss, we would get rolling up on a job and, thinking like the cop and, former EMT and firefighter, I like to kind of talk out loud if I'm rolling up to something with somebody, and, we'd talk about what the call was and kind of what equipment to grab. And, there'd be, my boss, Jason, he would say, well, we'll grab screwdriver, hook tool, and Houdini and a rag on, say, a rekey. If it was lock's not working, okay, grab the tool bag and impact and Houdini in there. Okay? Or we'd pull up and it would be a commercial job with something wrong with the exit device, and he'd say, grab everything, which that meant the tool bag, Houdini, air, rags, impact driver, drill, sometimes even the angle grinder, just depending. And so we're gonna take a look at what all actually is in this tool bag. Let's look here. Dave Addion, good morning. Let's see, Anthony, good morning. Let's see, be driving shortly, won't be too chatty. Okay, drive safely, Anthony. Don't do what I did and live stream from the car. Robert Patton, good morning. Let's see. Pepper Ann is just like her, like stick her butt in my face and flick her tail at me. Yep. Cornelia is definitely an attention grabber. Let's see here. All right, folks. So, I'm going to post a couple pictures on the YouTube community channel and also on my Twitter. I need some help with some wiring diagrams. If anybody out there can assist me with that. Got an access control job. We ran wire for it, installed an exit device and the electric strike. However, wiring, it's going into an existing system and not really familiar with the existing system. And I sent pictures to my boss while he's on vacation. He's like, yeah, look at that plate of spaghetti. So, if any of y'all see the pictures and you're familiar with that system and wiring them, please let me know. I'll even, if you got useful information, I will even give you my phone number so you can text with me and we can try to figure it out. So I'd really appreciate help with that. Also, what else was it? There's one other thing I was going to ask. And now I can't remember. I'll think of it at some point. Anyway, keep an eye on the YouTube community feed with the pictures, and also Twitter if you're on there. Yeah, Rune, I figured you might have an idea. I don't remember the brand of the system, but I think it's on the boards. And basically you got to figure out exactly where to plug in for the strike and the card reader. Because they do a prox card system, and they supplied me with a used prox card, or a prox card reader, and yeah, it's all Greek to me. So much help would be appreciated. Hey Night Owl, good morning. Glad to see you back here. It's awesome. Hope you're doing all right. But let's see. I keep kind of waiting to see if Lowell shows up. Because I said last week I would do this. Let me move. Turn the vise just a little bit. Get that out of the way. And actually, let me set some of this other stuff over here. I've been doing like all kinds of stuff this morning. Before getting ready for live and trying to get ready for live. I'm doing other stuff around the house. That over there, this up over here. Alright, so before we dive into the tool bag, come here, Cornelia. Yes, thank you for helping. Yes, you are such a good supervisor. Yes, you are. Before getting into anything, y'all know what a fan I am of Schlage electronic deadbolts, specifically the sense and the encode. For the first time ever, yep, you saw that right. This is out of a brand new encode. Now, it was not like this. The customer actually was able to find a couple of encodes. I've installed, I think, like 4 or 5 encodes for him before. In the past, different locations, business location, home, the old home, and now the new home. And he was able to find a couple of them, really likes them. And anyway, I put them on like Tuesday. And yesterday he calls and says, hey, I'm locked out. Or the front door is locked up. Like, it's not responding. Well, anytime I install any brand or type of electronic deadbolt, I always, I set it up in the door, test the code, let it hand itself, test it a few times with the door open, and then shut the door, and I test it several times. Both with me standing inside, working the thumb turn, and then I go outside, pull the door shut, try the code, try the key, and see if it, see if it works. And just to make sure that I don't need to adjust the strike for it or whatever, because, obviously a misaligned strike will cause issues with an electronic deadbolt. And so I'd done all that, and he had tested it as well. Worked fine for him the first day. Then he said the second day it kind of hung up and clicked a little bit, but worked. And then the third day it sort of hiccuped a few times, and then yesterday it just completely locked up. So we go in the back door and tried from the outside with the key. Key override would not budge. I mean, there was nothing. It was just solid. Couldn't move it. And anyway, went inside, took the inside part of the unit off, and there's the tailpiece right there. And I tried turning it, with the Nipex to unlock it. Wouldn't budge. Had the customer actually stand outside while I unscrewed the through bolts for the outside half, and that way he could catch it and take it out so it didn't get damaged. And so I had just this in the door locked, and I took my screwdriver and had to force it, and it actually broke something loose, but something in this bolt had jammed up, broken, came loose, jammed up, and locked the bolt in the open position. Very, very weird. I've never seen that before, never heard of that happening before. So, and I've installed probably like 100 encodes in the past year, and plus my own Schlage electronic locks. So, that's kind of rare. So he's going to warranty that through Schlage. And I've got to go through my bunch of junk over here and see if I've got another Schlage electronic bolt, because it has the little cutout for the bump on the tailpiece. May be able to swap the tailpiece out to make it work with the standard bolt. If not, I'll figure something out until he gets a replacement. Anyway, let's see here. Yeah, Jeff, this system, we didn't install it. We're just adding to it because it's actually for one of the local governments, actually for their animal shelter. And they recently did an addition, an expansion, and we installed the exit device for an exterior door and the electric strike and everything, and I did a swap out replacement of an electric strike on another door at that location, and but haven't had to wire anything into the panel. So it's just something that's going to take some time figuring it out, looking it up, all that good stuff. So yeah, Night Owl, it is always cat time out here in the shop now that Cornelia has joined the family. And I think you missed last week. We looked at the babies. She had her babies. So we're going to look at the babies after we're done with all this other stuff. That ain't right. Sounds like the bolt is binding on the strike. Actually, no. Night Owl, the strike was perfect. There was room, there was play, there was probably a good 1/4 of an inch between the bottom of the bolt and the bottom of the strike. So you had like almost a 1/4 of an inch right here in gap. And the door was aligned great. It was the actual internals of the bolt. Because I lifted up on the door, that was the first thing I did when I tried the key is, grabbed hold of the handle set and just, yanked up on it, tried turning the key, absolutely nothing. And I put a temporary, just a regular B60 in there so they could secure the front door, and it turned smooth as glass, no issues at all. So it was definitely a bolt failure. One day I'm going to take the angle grinder and cut this in half to see exactly what happened. Yeah, no weather stripping because it had probably 1/8 of an inch of play back and forth. So it was pretty good. Metal or wood door. It was a wood door, new house. Yeah, it was a wood door, and actually the lock that the encode replaced was a quick set, and whoever did installed the big wide open quick set strike plate and had mortised out. I mean, there's tons of room in the mortise for that deadbolt strike, so it definitely was not a strike issue. It was just completely failed. Like Jason in Mississippi, a friend to animals and animal shelters. Yep, I try to be. Even though she's stinking up the room right now over there, I'm not turning the camera around. Let's see. Update video, though. Cool. Horizontal alignment. Yeah, I mean, there was a good... I mean, it worked smooth as glass in the door. There wasn't any excessive whining or binding or anything in the door. Because like I said, I test them before I even have the customer come and say, okay, before I look at the customer and say, okay, I think we're ready, I test it like 5 or 6 times at minimum. You know, door open, door closed, inside, outside. I test it, you know, watch the bolt, make sure that there's enough play. I do it manually with the thumb turn from the inside, manually with the key from the outside, just to make sure that it is smooth as glass. And that's the case in this house. I mean, it's less than, it's a townhome, less than 10 years old. So I know it's got some settling to do still, but in this case, the door and frame, everything's aligned. Kevin Kopke, good morning. New house, I don't see the door swelling in 3 days. Because it was only 3 days between the time of installation and the time of complete failure. And it started to fail the day after installation, like the evening after. So I don't know. I am positive because when I used my screwdriver to pull it back, there was actually a little piece that popped out. I don't have that with me in here, but anyway, all right, guys. So waited 20 minutes for Lowell Forbes. I'm sure he'll show up late, but we're gonna go through the tool bag. Good morning, Alan Corson. All right, so this tool bag was already, you know, it was put together by the last guy that worked there before me. I have since customized it to my liking, but I want to pretty much take everything out. We'll start in the front. Tape measure. The reason why it's a Milwaukee tape measure is because it's easy to read and it has all your little individual markings on there. The old one that was on here didn't have the dummy marks on it, and I need the dummy marks. Electrical tape for all the access control stuff. Then I'll just start over here because we do so much access control. I've got a set of small wire cutters, set of wire strippers for multiple gauges, and then of course you always need some copper wire on hand so you don't have to run back out to the truck and get it. I think that's everything there. Little fold out razor knife. Yes, y'all know that I'm a black and yellow fella. Boss is Milwaukee red. But you know, I've actually come to respect Milwaukee tools. They're not too bad. Front pocket, we've got multiple Sharpies in multiple colors, but specifically 2 black and 2 silver. Light surfaces, dark surfaces. The blue for when the black didn't really show up. And keep them pointed down. Actually, now they're all out of order. I'll go nuts if I don't put them in the right order. Blue, red, silver, black, silver, black. All right, and then in this front pocket, let's see, who do we have show up here? James Randolph is walking the dog. Yep. I see the door at my house. Work fine one day, swell up, not work the next. Puts a strain on the bolt when it happens. Huh, that's weird. Yeah, Jeff, you can never have enough markers. I've learned that. Secure Tech, good morning. Sharpie for the colorblind. Yep. All right, so this tool right here, this one right here, and I will actually get a good close-up of this tool. This is the Locksmith multi-purpose tool, known as a hook tool or a Carolina roller. They're actually manufactured about 5 minutes away from me. This one's, it was new about 6 months ago. It's a little bent up right now. If you only have 2 tools as a locksmith, this should be one of them. They are just extremely useful. If I have a residential rekey job, I grab this tool and a screwdriver. And, you know, this is great because when you're taking cylinders out of levers, of course, you got to turn it, got to poke in on a little retainer. Use it just to grab springs if you're repairing a mortise body. Install it, everything. Just everything with this. Excuse me. Yeah, we're trying to see. That's the arm. Here, you can sit right there. Excuse me. Yes. Really? Carry the heavy duty black in the pool metallic set? Yeah. Of Sharpies? Yeah. Have the Harbor Freight Special Shrum tool. The Oops That Hurt tool. Yeah. I've sat down on this thing a couple times. Not fun. And actually, I was coming home like a couple weeks ago, and it was on a Friday. And I'm like, why does my ass hurt? Well, that's why. It was still in my back pocket from the last job. Let's see. Sharpie, best refinishing tool ever made. Don't know how many times I've done that trick. For sure. Good morning, Jason. But yeah, these are great, and even when they break, like this one, of course, the ends broke off of it. I still keep it because sometimes you need a straight pokey tool. I should probably grind this down into like more of a point. But yeah, it's really cool. That they're made like, you know, like I said, 5-10 minutes up the road from me, and B, I actually met Mr. Walt Shrum, who invented this tool. He is a member of the North Carolina Locksmith Association, and he is a locksmith in this area. Like, again, 10 minutes away from me. So it's pretty cool. He's a cool guy. Let's see. The Harbor Freight pack comes in a 4-pack with other pokey tools. Use them all the time. Yeah, I don't think I've seen the Harbor Freight ones. Jay, it wasn't the tool. Yeah, probably not. Let's see. Have a chrome latch. Sharpie to dark bronze. Now, I've not done that. But if you're working on the dark finish, like aged bronze or matte black or whatever finish storefront doors, yes, those are a lifesaver. See, I use one of my broken Shrum tools to make a probe for picking lever locks. Yeah. And in fact, well, we'll get to it here in a second. And then this is what those sit in. Y'all should know what this is. Good old-fashioned Schlage Castlenet tool. Sits right in there. Does a great job of keeping these from poking through the bag. Set of lineman's pliers or dikes, whichever you call them. I use these all the time for cutting down rim cylinder bolts, actual wiring, all kinds of stuff. Also, if you need something to kind of smack something with, goes right in the side of here. Let's see. Ken_ good morning. Well, safe for them. Someone had a deal, bought like 50. Yeah, my boss buys them by, I think he'll buy like 500 at a time. And, your hammer right here, that's the little hammer that I've got, just a ball peen. Works great for what you need it for. This is the long reach strum tool, like the, 5-inch one. This one's a little bent, but I've got one that I purposely bent into a curve. Again, for doing some safe stuff and also access control, trying to grab whatever, when we're running wires and stuff. The Widget doorstop, I love these things. Except they take up too much room in the tool bag. But these are great. You can use it, hook it over the hinge to keep a door open, or you can slide it under the bottom of the door to wedge it open. It's really, really awesome. Always keep a rag in your bag. Battery contacts from the safe that I worked on yesterday. Now Jason will get really excited, be proud of me. 2 sizes of Nipex, the bigger and the smaller. I've got an even bigger pair that stay in the truck next to the door, but these 2 always stay in the bag. They never come out. Next pocket over, got this little mini Slim Jim. Don't really use it a whole lot, but when you need something that's thin and flat to reach in and hook on something that's bound up, it's really great. Little mini pry bar, stays in the bag, works as a doorstop, or whatever. You're going to find a use for it. Then I keep a crescent wrench in there. The reason why I keep the adjustable crescent wrench in the tool bag is for installing door closers. Whenever you install a door closer, you want to preload the closer before you lock the arm into position. And the best way to do that I've found is you just adjust that on the bottom nut, and you can turn it and then get everything in position, or put it on the top nut, and then get your arm into position on there, and then release it, and then install your closer arm. Let's look here. Let's look here. Let's see. Broken tools just become different tools. Yep, that's absolutely correct. I have so many shanks. Dikes is for diagonal cutters. Okay, my bad. I've always called them dikes too, but lineman's pliers. Actually, I called them both. My dad was, he was an electrician for many years, and he would always call them lineman's pliers. So, yes. Wire strippers should have a screw cutter on it. Wire strippers, no, these don't have screw cutters on them. I use those. Let's see, what else? JD36, welcome to the chat. Haven't seen you here before. Thank you for joining in. Amazing how different the tools are compared to us UK guys. Yep, I imagine. See. Nip. Yep. Postal Service loves y'all this week. See, finally got myself one of those. Yeah, crescent wrench is really, really useful. See if he has the pliers wrench as well. No, just these two Nipex. You know, because you always need two. I mean, you just always need two. All right, excuse me. Excuse me. Let's see. Differently abled pliers. Climb wire stripper with the screw cutter built in. Probably. Okay. Everything used with wires and electricity should all be 1,000-volt VDE rated. Yep. I mean, over here, all our access control stuff is 12-volt DC. So, you know, and here specifically, we do the main thing that we do is terminal connections. Now, if it's running off of Cat 5, we're allowed to pull Cat 5 and run that wire. If it's actual low voltage wire, then we can run it in the door and terminate the connections. And we can terminate the connections at the controller legally. That's the way it is. So moving on, screwdriver. Good old, what is this, like, see, we got, you know, number 2 and Phillips and flathead. And then, of course, you got your hex driver there. Other end, you got your small hex driver. It pulls out. Different size hex driver. Square bits. These are, yeah, square drivers. And then slides in. And your small Phillips and flathead as well. The screwdriver was brand new about 9 months ago, so you can tell how much I use it. But this bag kind of hangs in the door, you know, just inside the side door of the truck, and so I grab a lot of stuff out of it. You know, I'll just grab the screwdriver out of it and go. Next pocket over is a hinge doctor. Always need a hinge doctor. This is too big for residential hinges, but great for the smaller size commercial hinges. I do have a full set of hinge doctors on the truck, but this is the one that stays in the bag. And then I've got some wire jumpers from 18.2, 18.4 conductor, just for testing stuff. Apparently I have a Schlage mortise lock spring cage. Needed one of those the other day. Didn't realize that I had it. That'll stay out separate. Wires, let's bundle these wires up a little neater. And the jumpers are just for testing purposes. It's not to install anything or anything like that. Yes, you want to see? You want to see? There's a screwdriver. It's a hinge doctor. Do we need to hinge doctor you? I don't think so. I think you're pretty good. Let's see. First time one gets stuck. Gets a stuck Baldwin handle set bottom interior screw when one decides he needs a pliers wrench. Power supply is not isolated. It might be mains referenced without you knowing until you touch it. It's very true. Oh, that's cool, Ken underscore. Have you weighed your bag yet? Getting sold, I use a rolling tool bag. I have not weighed this, but it feels like about 8 pounds. So we'll move on here to the next pocket, and I'll talk a little bit about what I keep in here. Just because we do so many installations for commercial hardware and everything. First off, Loctite. Loctite stays in the bag. It's the blue Loctite, so I always keep it in the bag just in case. Step bit that goes up to 7/8 of an inch. This one's been well used, you can see. Y'all want me to bring the camera around over here? I feel like y'all could see better. If Cornelia gets out of the way, Cornelia, yes, you will get your time to shine. Kitty close up. All right, come here. Come here. There we go. All right, so there we go. Y'all can get. Let's see. Back and knees, envy you guys with vans. Yeah, Night Owl, I would not want to tote everything around all over the city like you do. Bless your heart. So yeah, this is my step bit. Not my biological bit, but my step bit. And I think this was a Harbor Freight one. We go through so many, even the expensive ones, because we've got some of the expensive ones. Excuse me. Thank you. We've got some of the expensive ones, and they just, they go, we do so much with them, they just wear out. And in the long run, it's kind of cheaper to get these. We buy the expensive ones, but we also buy these. Always keep that in the bag. The Spider 1/4 inch bit. Y'all saw me review this a while back, but I keep one in the bag now. And the reason why I keep it in the bag is because it can go onto the impact driver as well. So a lot of times if I grab just the impact driver and I get there and maybe like some through bolt holes for a lever need to be enlarged or moved a little bit, I can use this, just plug it into the impact driver and move those holes. Also, always keep a 1-inch spade bit in your tool bag for all your installations, or if you do have a strike issue, I use this, if you have to make the strike a little bit deeper. It's just handy to have. And this one's fairly new. We've used it a couple times. Let's look at the comments real quick. Don't weigh your bag, it'll just get heavier. All right, Jason. We'll see you later. I'll stop by your live today. Let's see. Best I can tell, the HF step bits are just as good as the Irwin expensive ones. Yeah. Yeah, Dave, they work. It's all in how you use them. Night Owl, struggle to get your bag under 50 pounds. Well, yeah. I can imagine, having to carry everything around. Good morning, Lockpicking's gal. Hope you're doing all right. Let's see here. All right, so this bit is a Milwaukee 1/4 inch multi-material bit. And I bought it a few months ago because I thought I was going to have to drill into a safe, and I wound up not having to. But we didn't have any of the strong arm bits. So I got this just to see, and didn't use it until the other week when Jason and I were doing an access control install, and he was drilling to run wire down through the frame, storefront aluminum frame, but it had like it was double or triple stacked up top where we were drilling down through, and he burned up a couple other bits, and I said, well, try this one, and he cranked it, like it literally cranked maybe, I don't know, 10 revolutions and went right through. And he said, well, that's because I pre-drilled it like 3 times. Then we went to drill into the frame to run our armored door loop. And I said, give this a fair shake. And it went, and it was through. I mean, it just is amazing. But is a multi-material bit, and it has this coating here. It's very sharp on the tip. And I looked for something similar at Lowe's, and Bosch doesn't have one. I did buy a Bosch multi-material bit, and I think I'm going to do a standalone video on that. But I've been saving this bit for something to really put it to the test too. But it's very, very sharp. So we'll see how that works in the future. All right, so I need to get, oops. All right, here we go. There we go. That'll work. How y'all like that view? Is that better? Multi-material means paper, cardboard, plaster, butter. Yeah, Rune, I know, but it actually did pretty well. I guess I'm gonna have to go to the Home Depot and buy one of my own, just to see how it works. I don't have a Home Depot right here, near the house. I have to kind of drive out of the way to get to one. There's no air in your bag. Pocket women, we're gonna get to that. Cheeky Man, good morning. Let's see, Ken _ Curia Dormers, solid carbide rotary burr 5-piece set. Okay, yeah, I've got that on the truck. Ken _ see, Drill Hog is really good stuff. Unibit models are standing up very well. Okay, I have to look into that. All right, so let's keep going around the outside pockets here. Got 2 small flathead screwdrivers. Yes, there are 2 because you can see the different widths. This one's not as wide as this one is. This one is my go-to for a lot of stuff, actually. If you need a straight pokey tool, if you're doing a rekey on a commercial property, need to get a cylinder out of an Adams Wright. So basically, like, if I pull up and the job is a commercial rekey, I grab that screwdriver, this screwdriver, and this. Those all 3 go into my pocket, and that's what I carry in. If the building looks like it might have an exit device, I grab the impact. Impact driver is so useful when you have exit devices that you got to take apart. This one, I mean, again, it's another small flathead, but the Allen on this end is useful. I don't know exactly what size this is, but it's came in handy a few times, so it stays in the bag. Yeah, just a cold punch. See, a little Torx. See, Rune, we do carry Torx. Now, I've got a full Torx set in the truck, along with its own driver. This is just a little Torx, and it's been magnetized. Let's clean that off here. I don't even know what size that is. Looks like a T10 maybe. Center punch. Always need a center punch for installs. Your reaming tool, cutter tool. Really, really good for doing installs or modifications of aluminum storefront doors. This is the kitty. This is Cornelia. Yes, come here. Come here. There you go. Good girl. This is just a quick set Allen. I think it's what 5/16 for quick set. I grabbed one out of a brand new kit that a customer had, and it came they had 5 of them, so I grabbed one, threw it in my bag. Spanners for Schlage mortise locks, so you can grab the rows. This one's bent. I probably need to take that one out. Still very good to have. Let's see, what else is down in here? Is there anything down in here? Grab out of this pocket. Rechargeable flashlight. It's pretty decent. I need to charge it though. Right. Yeah, I got a couple more pokey tools. These just came with various things. They're always good to have pokey tools, So that's what's in that pocket. Put all this back in here. Maybe. Cutter, center punch, punch out, little torques. That. Set on. Pokies. There and there. And it's good to keep one of those quick set Allens because, a lot of Baldwin stuff, which I really don't like doing Baldwin just because you have to take everything apart to get to the cylinder for a rekey. There we go. All right. Excuse me. Yeah. Why don't you go check on your babies? We're going to go look at them here in a minute. Let's see. Let's look at the chat here real quick. How are the kittens doing? How many am I keeping? I am already starting to try to find homes for all 3, and they are all doing really, really well. Let's see. Got to get a bigger bag to carry my excavator. I just carry a pair of Grobe rotary burrs because every ounce counts. Yeah, Night Owl, I bet for sure. Let's see. Klein terminal block screwdriver is perfect size for the slot screw. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, this one looks like it could be a Cobalt. It doesn't have the name on there, but it's pretty handy for all kinds of things. When you need a little tiny pry bar or something like that. Let's see. Who let the cat out of the bag? Let's see. If you keep taking things out, you'll get down to the cat food at some point. Yeah, probably. LPP put cat treats in the bottom of the bag so cat would hang out with him. No. Cat treats are completely separate. All right, so we come back around. You saw the flashlight. I don't even know what brand this is, but it is rechargeable and has low beam, strobe, and high beam. I really do need to recharge it. All right, so let's get into the middle here. We already saw that I keep the widget and the rag. Tape measure goes on the outside, but the widget and the rag, they stay in the middle. DeWalt drill bit set. We've looked at these. This one is is worn out. You can see you can see what bits I've burned. The 3/8 bit is pretty burned in this kit. Yes, Cornelia. Yes. You are such a good girl. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Here you go. Good girl. Yes, you're a good girl. Come here. All right. There. Stay there. Next time, like, the whole kit gets depleted, I want to see if Boss will get us a spider kit that's like this. I don't think Spider has one with all these smaller bits. Cornelia, you're gonna have to move. I can only hold this here to protect your dignity so long. Thank you. I mean, the DeWalt Black and Gold I've got set here in the shop, and I've got a set in my personal tool bag. But the reason why these kits are nice to have is they have the 1/2-inch bit included, and so many smaller drill bits. Let's see here. We'll go to this. This is the pick kit, but y'all know I don't. No. This is my pick kit. This is what stays in my pocket all the time. I've turned this into the extraction kit. So I've got tensioners, I've got spiral extractors, I've got hemostats, I've got hook type extractors. All of these are, I think the hemostats are the only addition that I made, and probably need to order another pair because these are all kind of jacked up on the tip. Let's see if we can fix those real quick. Maybe, maybe not. There we go. There we go. Line back up again. Then of course there are picks in here, and tensioners, saw blade extractors. But like I said, normally I just use this for all the extraction tools, and because I like my picks that I have, that's what I use. Excuse me, Cornelia. Excuse me, please. Let's see. Let's look at the chat here. Yeah, LPG, she really does love it here. She does. And I hate that I can't take her inside yet with the other cats, but I gotta wait till the time's right. Does anyone ever use the strobe function on torches? Pocket women, I don't. Yeah, exactly. Like Night Owl said, only by accident. That's the only time we use those. Next giveaway will be kittens. Yeah, Night Owl, even when I was working full-time as a cop, I never used the strobe mode. I hardly ever used a flashlight, actually. See, what do I use the hemostats for? LPG, the reason why I keep them in here is for key extraction. If I can use like one of the little spiral extractors and reach in either one of the little spiral extractors to reach in and grab hold of a key, or even one of these extractors, little saw blade extractors. If I can reach in and just get it back just enough, then I can use these to reach in and just grab the end of that key to pull it out. That's why I really, really like these. This is just my extraction kit. Yes, it does have picks in it, but I always have picks in my pocket too. I think Cornelia is contributing to the chat right now. What? No. Please, no. No. Okay, I don't need to see the source code. Thank you. I know. Let's see. All right. Let's look here. How can all of those things be more important than taking time to pet the cat? Rune, I pet the cat. Probably use those for break time. There's a stash of catnip. Yes. No. Oops. How the... There we go. How the heck did the camera get all wonky? Let's see here. High-tech roach holder. Yeah, key extraction is kind of an art, I think. All right, so next thing. This is the... That's from Schlage Mortise Body Spring Cage. Put that over there. Fat Ivan. Foldable door holder. The thing that I don't like about this, I wish that the angle was a little more increased. This really only works well on big commercial doors. It doesn't work that well. It doesn't really work at all for residential doors that I've found. But for commercial doors, if I need a big, heavy steel door opened, to stay open while I'm doing something like, installing an exit device or something, then I will use that one. I've got another one in the truck too. And it has magnets on the side, so you can just, put it on the inside of the truck and hold it there. But I do like how it collapses and takes up so little space. With the Wedget, you've got that much profile either way. Cornelia. Excuse you, please. Come here. Let's go check on your baby. Mm-hmm. Get your babies ready for showtime, please. Yeah, we will. Yeah. All right. Yes. Cornelia is looking tired and she needs a cat nap. I need a cat nap too. For cars, I use a tennis ball extraction tool. James, you don't know how many people I still hear say, oh yeah, you can unlock a car by using a tennis ball. No. Okay, the Mythbusters proved that you could not do that. Why do people still believe it? I don't know. Probably increase the angle easily enough. It's just plastic. Yeah. If I were to take an angle grinder with a buffer pad and just go down a little bit more on both sides, that would work. Probably, maybe. I don't know. I might have to try that. Because if I could get it just to go just a few more degrees, then it would work in so many more doors. And I probably wouldn't have to keep this in the tool bag, because this does take up a lot of room. Not a lot of weight, but it does take up a lot of room. All right, so the next tool down here is multimeter. Always need a multimeter when you do access control or anything that's battery operated. Test your batteries first and, see what's going on. Make sure you don't have a dead battery. This one is really nice because I kind of lost the last one. That was actually really, really nice. But this one, boss replaced it with this one. And this one, just the size of it, means I can always keep it in my bag. The old one was bigger, And so I'd have to grab it off the shelf and throw it in the bag. Down here in the bottom of the bag, it's kind of like reaching into a locksmith's pockets. Let's see. Stay. What else is in here? Yeah. Nope. Not done yet. Not quite done. Alright, there we go. Got some trash. Again, another battery lead from that save. 9-volt battery cap. Don't need that. This spring, I think, came out of a Yale residential deadbolt. Yeah, no. Wood chips. These aren't big enough to keep. Bigger wood chips you would keep. Trash. Broken cutoff wheel, trash. Beat up washer. Yeah, or no, that's a drill out. Trash. Wood screw. Some bolts. That's broken self tapper. No. No, that's all trash. This plate came out from like a door that was factory prepped for deadbolt, and then they never installed the deadbolt and just covered up the mortise in the frame with that. That's not going back in there. Quarter 26 bolts. You always need these. You can always just have them on hand. I mean, I've got like 11 dozen of them in the truck, but keep a couple in your bag. Another quarter 20 bolts. Some wood screws and what is that? Like a 1024 bolt. Keep that in the bag too. All right, so I'm gonna put all this stuff back here, and that will conclude the tour of Tim's work tool bag. And hopefully, and I've not seen Lowell show up, but hopefully he'll catch the replay and can learn something from this. Oh, I forgot to pull out the chisel. Yeah, it's a little, what is it, like 1/2-inch chisel. This one's pretty beat up, and I need to sharpen it. But it stays in the bag just because you should always have a chisel in the bag. And do I have some more stuff in here? I think I do. Stuff I didn't know about. Okay. Another drill bit. 1/4 inch. And another 1/4 inch drill bit. Okay. This one seems pretty sharp. Put this over here in the drill bit pocket. Get that back in there. There we go. Alrighty, so we are now good to go back to work. Let's move the camera around here. Alrighty. Let me catch up on the chat. See what y'all are saying about stuff. Spring cage, I will throw that back in there. So that might be useful. And the post for it seems to be alright. Yeah, I'll throw that in there too. Let's see here. Kitty scenting. Yep. Open a car with the tennis ball if you fill it with cement first and throw it hard enough. Some people still think the earth is flat. That's very true, Ruin. Can you make a different door holder that would work with a 3D printer? Maybe. I just don't know if the plastic out of a 3D printer would hold up to the pressures, especially when you have a door closer trying to pull the door shut. I don't know how well that would hold up. I actually broke one of these. This is the second or third one I've had. But I actually broke one because the door, it was such a big door and it closed so hard, wanted to close so hard, and I adjusted the back check on the closer, but it still snapped it. So I don't know how long a 3D printed one would last. Let's see, we're in her safe space in the shop. All in here she owns. You're in the shop. And the computer, so we got sat on and scented. We have been claimed. Yep. That's it, pocket women. We belong to her. Why do you need to make sure none of your break-off Stanley blades end up in the tool bag? Yeah, I did look before I reached. Yeah. Let's see, look big for a 1024. Okay, it wasn't quite a quarter 20. Let's see, do you keep super glue and baking soda in your kit? No, I do not have super glue anywhere in the bag or in the truck. That's for sure. Super glue and baking soda. Well, LPG, I would really like to see what happens with those two, but like Night Owl said, I am still banned from super glue, for sure. Does Cornelia have her catnip bag with her? No 10mm wrench for door closers. No, Jay. I use the crescent wrench. If you're talking about installing and doing the preload on a closer, that's what I use the crescent wrench for. As far as adjusting crescent wrenches, I've got standard and metric Allen wrenches that hang on the door right there at the truck. Y'all remember a video I did a while back where I actually did the live for like 3 hours and went through the entire truck? Which God almighty, I need to do that again. That truck is a wreck right now. Let's see. Some good ideas here. Thinking I should move a few items from backup bag to primary bag. Awesome, Anthony. Yeah, these are things that I like to have. And going back to what I was saying at the start of the video, when I see the description of a job, go into my little dispatch app and I see the job description and I pull up and I'm like, okay, this is a commercial job, or I've been here before, so I say, all right, tool bag, Houdini and Air, because Houdini and Air sit separately. So I'll grab, to go back to Pocket Women's point, I grab Houdini and Air out of the thing. I'll grab this kit and the impact driver. Or if I've been there before and I know what kind of doors they have, I'll get the fold-out rolly cart and put the tool bag on there. Impact, drill, Houdini, Air, Allen's, big hinge doctor, a couple other things maybe, and I'll just throw it all on there and take it with me, just because I'm familiar with the doors. So yeah, is all in what you grab for every day. And like I said, some of these things I've put in here since I started working for this shop. There were things that weren't in here and other things that were that I took out because you never used them. So it just took up space and wasted it. But yeah, I mean, this is... And the cool thing is I've got a little hook inside the truck, so it hangs by this handle right here, and I can grab it. When I put it on the rolly cart, this is enough to hook over the end of it. This does not go around my waist. My waist is not this big. Been trying to lose some of my waist. Thank you. But, you know, anyway, it works really well. Now my boss, Jason, he just got a new tool bag. Well, a few months ago he got it. But he actually has room for Houdini and air in his bag. It's closer to the size of my personal tool bag that I showed in here one day. But yeah, let's see. Be good for prototype. Probably a 1024 machine screw. Yeah, 1024, 1032, something like that. Used to carry a can of Raid for evictions at the hotels. Yeah, I've been in a few places like that. I used to at least carry a can of off bug spray in my patrol car back in the patrol days. A small sharps container. That's a good idea, Pocket Women. Actually, that'd be really good. Let's see the sharps container idea. Super glue is useful for small cosmetic trim repairs. Anything else you want? JB Weld or Loctite or plastic wood. Plastic wood can be good. Use a bottle of air on a padlock, then whack it with a hammer. You think that would work? Nope. Okay. Let me back up, LPG. Can of air probably turned upside down so it comes out really cold on the padlock, and then whack it with a hammer. I think it would work just as well whacking it with the hammer without the can of air. I don't think the cold gets cold enough out of a can of air. Let's see, super glue and baking soda act almost like epoxy. Huh, that's cool. Wait, Jay to comment something about weight to height ratio. Gee, thanks, Rune. I appreciate that, buddy. Let's see. Like the small Houdini bottles for the tool bag. Yeah, a small can of Houdini actually would fit in this bag. But I'd actually kind of like one like my boss has. It's just only slightly bigger than this. It's not as big as my personal tool bag. But it is big enough that you can fit everything in there, including Houdini. And I like that, especially when I'm going to like some of the high-rise condo buildings that we do work at, or commercial properties. Yeah, I can throw a bag over one shoulder and carry the impact in the other. LPP. Yeah. I mean, they've started selling the tiny cans of Houdini at Walmart, actually, for like $8. Which, I mean, Super Slick, that's Houdini. We all know Super Slick is Houdini, and it's $6 for this big one, as opposed to $8 for a tiny, like, what is it, 1.2 ounce can of Houdini at Walmart. Yeah, but we buy the big Houdini cans by the case, so cost-wise, I don't think that would really help. But if I got a slightly larger tool bag, then that I could keep all of my stuff as organized and compactly organized. That's another thing. I like that this is compact. My personal one is bigger. But there's a different purpose to my personal one as opposed to this one. So I do like the compactness and, you know, the fact I can throw it over my shoulder and carry it, all that good stuff. Let's see. Elmer's wood filler over plastic wood. Yeah. If anything hangs off the side of that tool bag, it would drag onto the ground, on the LPP. Thanks, Jay. Appreciate it. See what you did, Rune? Let's see. Yeah, LPG. Actually, Mythbusters did do a bunch of experiments on freezing locks to get into them. Really, really cool episodes, actually. That's a good price, Night Owl. $4 for the tiny ones. That's a good deal, LPG. Double-decker toolbox for $40. Yeah, I unlocked one yesterday. It had jammed up. The locking mechanism had jammed up. Anyway, it was kind of a pain. It was inside of a garage, but the sun was right behind me, and yeah, it was hot, sweaty. Alright guys, so I've been going on for like an hour, 20 minutes now. We're going to go ahead and wind it up. But, as promised, we're going to see the babies. Alright, Cornelia, I'm going to borrow your babies. Yes. Come here. Come here, babies. Yeah. Yeah. Come here. Yep. Yep. Here they are. Little babies. Yeah. Yep, they're right up here. Come here, Cornelia. Here we go. I'm pretty sure that we have 2 boys and a girl. I think... Is this one the girl? This is the girl. And this one's a boy. And this one's a boy. Cornelia, you're okay. You're okay. Hey. No. Come here. Come here. Let go. I know you're worried. They're okay. Look. Okay. Alright. Yes, they're all doing well. All 3 of them doing very well. They're starting to open their eyes, and they're getting bigger and bigger every day. And Cornelia does not like them away from the nest yet, so we are going to put them back before we say goodbye. Yeah. Yes, Cornelia, they're okay. See? There we go. Yep, small patots. Come here. All right. Yes, Cornelia. Putting them back. There we go. There we go. All right. So now, let's do this. I do this. Do the handheld. The shaky cam. Okay. Here we go. Yep. Down here in the little nest, you got Cornelia, who's a great mommy, and you have small patot 1. You have small patot 2, cute little thing, and small patot 3, who looks just like mama. Yeah, such cuties. Yes, they are. Alright, I think they're all hungry. And something was wet on the blanket. I don't want to know what it was. But, yes, they're all doing great. So we're gonna let them have snack time. Cornelia's been eating very, very well. And so there we go. All right, folks. All right, so we got the kitties. Y'all stuck around long enough to see the kitties. Anyway, let's see here. Let's look at the chat real quick before we sign off. Going dull screen. You hear them? Yeah. Screwed plywood over the door was closed over. Jay, I'll have to go back and watch your videos. I've not had a chance to watch any videos lately. Yep, 40 minutes-ish until Jason's live. Let's see here. Fonzie, you made it just in time to say goodbye. What are you doing, Cornelia? Yes, I'm sorry. She's thinking, how the heck did they get up there? Yep. That's it. Yeah, they're all cute babies. She was like, sure, I could not move them, but you can't. Yep, I woke him up. That's it. Which one is he keeping? I'm not keeping any LPG. I'm finding really good homes. I'm keeping Cornelia, but none of the babies. Yeah, that's right. That's right. All right, folks, so to be a cat dad and grandpa. Yeah. Apparently I'm a cat whisperer, I think. There's another cat around outside the shop here. This came up, a gray and white kitty. And I've seen it like a few times, but I guess he smells Cornelia and he's been hanging around. But he's very nice, but he needs to just go back home. Anyway, so folks, y'all, thank you for tuning in. Hope you got some good information, some good ideas out of the whole tool bag thing. And next week, I may or may not be live on Saturday. I don't know yet. It is 4th of July, Independence Day weekend here in the U.S. Independence Day falls on a Monday, but I may be taking a trip out on the lake next Saturday. I'm not sure. Not positive. I kind of want to if I can. But anyway, I may be around live either Sunday or Monday next weekend if I'm not on Saturday. If I'm on Saturday, it means I didn't go to the lake. If I'm on Sunday or Monday, it means I went to the lake and I had a really great time. So as long as I don't party too hard, I'll be back next weekend at some point. So just stay tuned. Y'all have a great weekend. Stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy. Love you kitties. Stay out of trouble. And we'll see you next time.